Greetings, mortals. I am Nathas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 367, titled Blackbound. Oh, how I wish this chapter title was only referring to a metaphorical sense, not literal. I mean, there would at least be a lot less controversy about this chapter, if we're being totally honest, but I mean, it wouldn't be a manga chapter if there wasn't a controversy. Which does now make me kind of wonder if we would be doing you know, the prime, well, which would be the endings of Bleach and Naruto and some other type of series like those, and we were like reacting to the final couple of chapters. How many of them would get into controversy? I mean, like, let's be honest, those things are like a lot less. Because even there were some moments where even when there was less of this community and all that, and less vocal, there was still like a lot of things that in very big in controversy. So it does make me kind of wonder if it's more about the modern storytelling, or is it simply that no, we can express our feelings and negative opinions on chapters earlier. Let me guys below what you guys think. Start newer writers or just better communication when it comes to especially opinions on the chapters. But yeah, anyways, we start this chapter off with Damnatio realizing that he's been defeated by Asta, as well as realizing that he's been saved by Asta. As then we get a bit of a reminder about Damnatio's first like real appearance and arc, where he was putting Asta on trial and all that, and how the Black Bull saved them, as well as his conversation with Julius after the trial with Asta, which I don't really understand why that is being shown here, since I don't see why his opinion on the matter has changed. I mean, maybe it's gonna be later when if Julius returns, that's gonna be referenced, but as of now, I don't really see the purpose of that one. Since I believe in this panel, he even said something like, even if he's found guilty, I will even prosecute you, Julius. So we'll see how that's gonna go. As then we have him kind of like instead of getting hit downwards, he's kind of like going, is being flipped uh, on his on his back, so he doesn't fall like face first, but back, since that's apparently more because there's more of a beat down in pride and stuff like that. But regardless, he's beaten as he falls. As Demnesher thinks to himself, as he's getting kind of like a weak smile, where him thinking to himself, "Whoever would have thought I would be saved by the Black Bulls?" Well, Asta, namely, but yeah, I get saved by Black Bulls. Is kind of the idea still. As then we see like the aftermath, where we see Asta like be past them and all that. As then we have Asta turning to him and saying, still serious, with, "Just nap for a while, alright? I swear I'll wake you up too." Does that include Ural and the Heath? But whatever, as then we have Asta running towards everyone, as Finn is, I guess, looking after Vanessa. As Asta's like, "Hey, you guys!" As he sees the Witch Queen and a random witch on the floor. As the Witch Queen is, I don't know if she's using a spell or if she's using a magic orb or something, but she's looking at something. She's like, "I see." As she starts to get up, as she uses some kind of blood magic spell. That's, I think, the one that she used on Austin when he was getting his arms healed, but on a larger scale. As she kind of like, okay, how do I say this? She seems to have turned her lower portion as well as her arms into like blood, into like a bigger kind of like a creature spraying blood, and from that she also kind of turned the floor into blood and sending out these kind of like bloody domes to heal everyone, including Sakurai and everyone. And yeah, only each got Finra and Asta who are the only ones who aren't hurt in these bubbles. So yeah, as we have Asta saying, "Witch Queen!" As then we even see got cut to outside, so we see the Black Bulls, and I think a few. No, I think that's just Charmy. Or is it Locke? One of the two. As they're also engulfed in those bubbles, so even outside, so this whole area is kind of like everyone who's been hurt is now getting healed, except for herself. As then we have the Witch Queen be like, we cut it very close, but none of them have had died yet. Spade King and Black Clover guys, see? And then the witch was like, I think they'll make it. But girl, your magic is what kept their lives from leaving them. As they have, we have Sakura having this like kind of weirdly emotional eyes as she's crying with thank goodness as she's happy as they drip. Which I like the fact that which I'm not gonna lie, I have to question how much the Witch Queen did know about Sakura and all that, since she refers to her as Bird Girl, which I guess kind of makes sense. Although I'm not certain if how up to date she was with her. Since the oh wait, like this is like one of those times where you do have to question about if there was ever any kind of change because Sakura immediately went to the Witch Queen and kicked it on her little earring, which was the magic stone, and the Witch Queen's like, oh, this bird, and she kind of realized immediately what the bird was replying and give it to the Black Bull. So kind of a weird. So I do have to wonder how much knowledge she had. I mean, I'm not saying that she would know the name, but it does kind of make me wonder if how this whole thing kind of transitioned. Especially since most magic stones seem to have went into a strong magic region instead of into anyone else's hands. Like I think the one that that Fogolian had went into someone. The Witch Queen's was the one who possessed it, and then I think there was one other commoner who had it, but he had more like a decoration. Same for the Seawater Temple, so kind of a weird thing how they were just spread. But regardless, we have the Witch Queen then starting to speak with, however, as Vanessa's like, and she's like, Your Majesty? As the Witch Queen tells them, as her face is kind of kept in shadows now, with, this is going to consume almost all of my power. And so, become Witch Queen in my place, Vanessa. As we see her getting quite old. Like, it seems that this, which makes me again kind of question her mana amount. Like maybe this portal itself took a lot more than I'm expecting, and maybe her portion, maybe it was her magic amount that was connecting with Finral's spatial magic and Vanessa's fate magic and Dorothy's dream magic, like that. So she exerted the most amount of mana. But I always thought she had like a high mana amount. So I'm kind of weird that she seems to be like after this spell completely like losing it, especially since it seems to not really care when she used it against Asta, and Asta, I think she even added something, so kind of difficult to really say if that would kind of really should have taken her that much mana that she can't even be healed. And again, can characters like transcend their mana to someone else? No, I think they can't. I think that's something special. I think I might be confused with someone else, but like, which series was it that gave mana to someone else? Like, it's probably not them because it's probably not them, but still, like, kind of weird. There's no way she could take someone's no something. But I was there Vanessa being like, "Ha, she didn't expect to be put as the Witch Queen." No, but then we have Dorothy just popping out. She's like, "Oh, hang on, I'll be that. I already did plenty of fun stuff in my teens and 20s. This, so yeah, this is it." I mean, this isn't it for Dolphin from what we know. She may still participate, but it's kind of weird how we have Dolphin not just chiming in into, oh, I would be the Witch Queen. Uh, but it just seems kind of weird, as this one of yours tells her, I'll do just fine, won't I, your former majesty? So it's kind of like, this is a weird that we're just getting kind of this like Witch Queen being put in charge. It's kind of like how in One Piece at the end of Wano, spoilers by the way, Carrot was just randomly put in charge. Where like Nakamushi and Urashi were like, "Oh yeah, Carrot, we'll put you in charge." Actually, the reason why we're putting you in charge is you're young, so you still have places to grow and develop, and blah blah blah. Blah. You grow into the leader, and you have the more reasonable people to be in charge, but you are more comp. But you'll be in charge because we had a whole arc with you. The stars have a whole arc with you, and so you'll be in charge. So charge of the Zo. So it's kind of like one of those types of things where, yeah, Dolphin didn't do much. Yeah, Vanessa is not the best at it, but let's just put Dolphy in. Hopefully, this isn't the end for her involvement, since Dolphy has been like one of those captains that has never really done or participated or anything in any major sense. Like, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's the only captain in the Spade Kingdom that's just spent off screen. Like even her getting beaten down by Lucifer, I think was like more like a half-assed panel, like him destroying something and she was down. So it's kind of weird how I also have to question. I also have to question this stuff that she's referring is with Nozel. She's referring to fun stuff in teens and 20s, which is fine since I think she's not even 30. But regardless, so kind of feels a bit odd that we just kind of, could possibly lead to the Witch Queen and Dorothy, both these two characters who are very unknown and mysterious to generally in the story, who might just kind of have it have them end here. I mean, again, it may not be the case, but it's kind of like a weird little thing. Just kind of, all right, let's get rid of the Witch Queen and let's put Dorothy in charge. And yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that Dorothy is abandoning her seat as the Cold Peacock's captain. It's just kind of a weird thing that the only thing she seems to have done, and we are already removing her, is how I guess explain to make a point to bring Asta back. Kind of like this is like one of those, like this really is a problem when you have the whole, they serve their purpose to the plot where now it feels like that's literally the only reason why these characters exist, to like do one thing for the plot so the heroes can, so the MC team can look awesome, which is kind of a weird thing. So yeah, anyways, then we have Dorothy telling everyone, as I guess looking at the orb in the Clover Kingdom, and she's like, the enemy's still way ahead when it comes to firepower, though. We'll have to work real hard to avoid ending up at Dev's door again. That's pretty much all you guys do, end up at Dev's door at this point. As there we have the witch can be like, as long as the Black Bulls revive, because let's be honest to ourselves, they're the only ones to do it. Like I'm supposed to be this ancient powerful being that's basically been creating her own nation from the little information that we get on the Witcher's Forest, but I'm barely even comparable to that, even their weakest members. Since like the only ones she's looking at are Henry and Gordon, for God's sakes. I mean, again, it makes sense because they're the only ones that they, Sakura, and Finrod, and also the only ones there, but still, kind of a weird thing. As they have the Witch Queen turn to us, and she says, "You have some sort of plan, don't you, anti-magic boy?" As they have Asta being cheerful again, she's like, "Yes, ma'am! Thanks, Witch Queen!" As then we have Asta saying, "Libe!" As Libe's like, "Yeah, so..." Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time that Asta has referred to Libe in front of the Black Bulls? Like, it's all those small little details that just makes me kind of crack up when you really think about it. I don't think he's ever directly spoken to Libe or referred to Libe whenever he was around the Black Bulls. As then we have we got to I think a couple of days in the past where we had Uriel talking to Asta and Ichika, as Uriel tells Asta, "See this, here's just a theory, but part of the deal with anti-magic in the fact that it can make other stuff anti-magic too, right?" Asta's seen that in action once already, as then we see the part where Yami, well, when Black Clover was in its peak, in my opinion at least, when Yami threw his katana to Asta so he could use it, and then he goes with anti-magic to slice it. Just to remind everyone of this, what we're gonna be seeing soon is gonna be as a foreshadowing. As then we have Asta kind of looking like he's even looking at battles. He's like, "Oh, no, you are right." As these weird kind of images appear right next to me, which just kind of looks hilarious, honestly. As there you telling Asta, "You can give stuff anti-magic properties by letting yours flow into it. If you can give anti-magic to object, don't you think you could give it to people too? Like a reverse demon dweller?" As then we see the flashback to Dungeon Arc. If only we get the actual quality in the writing. Which again, is this like one of those times where I do have to question if how much does Tabata remember, because this is specifically the moment in a Dungeon Arc when he first got the Demon Dweller sword and used it against Mars, as we see it engulfed with water magic that he got from Noel. So does he remember the Diamond Kingdom or does he not? I'm saying this because it's difficult to say because he seems to forget about them previous. Every other time when it comes to actual involvement, although to be fair, I question how much they can actually help at this point, considering the fact that the last couple of chapters of this arc have pretty much just been there to show how nothing these characters can do against them without Asta or Yuno. Like even Noel, who is supposed to be like this gone to the level of a mother, hasn't really like done anything major against a mother. But regardless, hopefully this reminded Tabata of the Diamond Kingdom, and he's gonna use his cooking skills to bring them back into the story in a couple of chapters or so. I said that in the next two volumes. As then we have Uriel telling Asta, all that Zaten training made you all better at working with anti-magic too. I bet the arts you can do it are even better now. So yeah, just basically reverse Demon Dweller sword thing with the use of putting or surrounding people with anti-magic. So yeah, as then we have Uriel telling Asta, anti-magic's uncharted territory, but nah, because it's uncharted, it's worth a shot, ain't it? So yes, then we get to him using Demon Dweller. Look, as we see like a bunch of. I guess this is sometime after or after everyone was healed because we have only the Black Bulls there, no witches from what I can tell. Yeah, I think there's just the Black Bulls. All kind of getting like getting surrounded by anti-magic as Asta is sending it up in the air. Which I guess that's something he can do in his base form. It's kind of funny how Libre is kind of clinging to his armor. He's doing it. And then we get another flashback panel as Zero tells him, amazing! Compatibility gonna matter, and so this time you spent together. But, ha ha ha, I can share. As then, wait, he said but? Yeah, uh, yeah, I'm not sure if that's supposed to have an ending yet. I don't think there's a direct ending, but maybe this is gonna be enough, like, kind of a foreshadowing for what's later going to be revealed or something. As we have Alan thinking to himself, I can share my power with the rest of them. Well, damn, check you out, Asta, as I'm guessing that's Magnus saying. And then we get a double, I think two double pages where we have the Black Bulls, now being engulfing anti-magic and now simply being able to use it. I'm assuming it's the same for each cup because I think it was even stated by I think the last chapter or the yeah I think it was the last chapter was stated that she worked the best with Asta. So I guess that's what's going on as we get these shots of them and going over it. Their designs are kind of underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It's just kind of like, I mean, alright, Zora looks kind of cool, but his design was already cool, so a bit like a destroyed Black Bull's robe with some extra anti magic coming out of his mask, eyes, and I guess belt, which is gonna be an extra fact. Magna has a similar thing where it seems like some of his destroyed clothes are emitting anti magic, alongside his hair kind of be distant to anti magic, which is, I guess, fine. Gray uh, Gordon, Gordon's eye seems to now be just emitting anti-magic. Not sure how this is gonna work. But I mean, I guess every single copy he's gonna make now are gonna have anti-magic emitting them. And he seems to be having some little anti-magic coming from his body. Gray, I think has like an anti-magic belt and maybe some like elbow gauntlet things coming off Charmy, I think, has some anti magic coming from her hair, and I think her puff is becoming anti magic. Luck seems to just admit anti magic in a lightning style. Uh, as we have Asta saying, as the ultimate. Black Balls, as we also have the rest of them like Finwell, because for some reason they like split into two groups and belong together. We have Henry. Well, we have Finwell's one, that green part of his hair kind of becoming, I think, longer and stop being green, not being black, as well as giving him like kind of like cool looking gloves, as well as I think his he got a different set of pants and boots. Nacht, I don't know what the difference really is with Nacht. I can't see anything that's really setting him apart. I think it might be his cloak emitting anti-magic, but that's about it. I think it's difficult to say. It's like one of those. Is it if it's like Finro? I think it's supposed to be his cloak, but it's kind of difficult to say. Henry just seems to have changed his hair color to black instead of blue. With uh, Sakura now getting to her more regular expression, as she seems to have get her wings. She's got her demon. Okay, she has demon wings and two demon tails that have a spade symbol on the end of them, as well as like she gets a little like kind of like leggings, but not really around her thighs. I'm also going to assume that her dress was changed into black, since I think in the manga they like to give her more of a black dress. And the simple fact of the matter is that they also did that with Vanessa, as she now has like, I think her her normal outfit changed. Actually, I'm not entirely certain. I'm gonna say it was like engulfed in it. Where it kind of gave her like the upper round that. Although, I'm not entirely sure. I think the outfit is like one of that like super like almost bikini like outfit on the top part, but it seems like it got to extend. I'm not entirely certain. But guys, it's like all connected and it has like a little riddles around it. And yes, it. We also got a good boob shot from her. Don't not worry, we will all be doing that after the chapter. I know it. Her hair also seems to have changed color to black, as well as her like little. I'm not sure what they are called. You know, the one those little gloves that go up to hair. I'm blanking the name right now. And so like back piece of that cape or that like little thing she wears at the end, like not skirt, like that connecting to the skirt piece, also seems to have going black. As her cat also turned black with Henry. I Henry, I think, got his poison magic to make him a little a bull's bone on top of his hat. With his anti magic, no kind of just doing, emitting the same kind of black stuff that wherever he used demon magic, like whenever he used his curse spells, emitted, as well as it from his hat. As Asta screams happily, "Let's get out there and save the world!" Because let's be honest with ourselves, as soon as we show up, everything's gonna be better because no one else can apparently do shit except for us. So yeah, the designs are lackluster, I would say. Like, there's like a big controversy about Asta gaining his power and not being able to emit anti-magic, and as well as a lot of like debate if that's even possible. Which, honestly, I would be more pissed off at the fact that how lame their designs are. Like, I get it, we can get like super cool badass demon armor for everyone, but like, I mean, like, Vanessa and Sakurai got like a lot of different added stuff. The other ones are like one little piece or just like damaged clothing that like omits it. Like, the other ones, I really have to question what even the difference really just seems to be like a stylized thing, not even like anything major. I'm expecting Noelle is also going to have like a bigger. If she gets this power up as well, I kind of feel like she's probably gonna have like a skimpy outfit or something like it. But we'll see on that front. But yeah, this power up. I'm more honestly disappointed with the general like look of it. It just kind of seems like some get extra pieces, the other ones do not. I mean, I could explain why Sakurai gets like demon wings and tails because the whole wreck thing, which makes me kind of wonder if there's gonna be some kind of consequences where she's gonna a stick with one tail and wings. I mean, it would definitely work with Noel Secret's general look. But like, it's kind of like one of those things where there's nothing really that special to or odds at. And yeah, this is also where the controversy comes from this chapter. That and the fact that basically threw away two of the most mysterious characters, being the Witch Queen and Dorothy. So I mean, it's not confirmed that they're not gonna participate. Like, I would wager that they're probably just burying the Witch Queen if she did die already. And then they're gonna be preparing to go up against it. I doubt they'll just be like, okay, we send our portal now, go and save the world because we can't do anything. Like, I know that's kind of like in universe. Like, I get that's gonna be a joke out of universe, but in universe, it's kind of like a weird thing. Like, you would take anyone you can, like extra help. Like, even if it's just something like grab the civilians and take them all. Like, anything can help. So I question it, and again, the power up. Black Clover has never really had a problem with foreshadowing or explaining the power up. It's more that all their power ups just kind of feel they're there so the heroes could win, not look cool, not because there's some kind of grant, like not because they generally feel deserved or like actually feel like they work well with the story. But what can you do? I suppose it's Black Clover, so we just gotta have to accept at this point. If you don't like, I mean, if you have a big problem with this, then you really should have just kind of stopped reading Black Clover after the spade out because this is just the standard at this point. Makes sense. Foreshadow, yes, but generally feels like a really stupid power up when you think about it. It just only exists so the heroes can do something. So it's like I don't even say it's like the worst one. Just like that's just gonna stand for Black Clover at this point. So yeah, we'll see on how this goes. I want to ask is going to use this on everyone since I feel like a lot of the captains and Noel could all use that. Like, though if it makes sense why he wouldn't be able to use it, but people like Real, Nozel, Melion, I feel like he could use them, but we'll see how that's going to go. But yeah, this chapter, it's a build up chapter, and I would lead to say it's a bad build up chapter because it kind of just throws away characters, reminds you how non-existent some characters are as well as just as well as the really bad power up with even lazy designs. Like again, I am not even entirely again. I'm pretty sure some of these guys barely even have differences or anything. But yeah, that's it for this chapter. I hope you like my chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.